You know the feeling. It's either the absolute hottest day of the summer or the coldest night of the winter, and silence. That gentle hum from your vents is just gone. And all you're left with is this sinking feeling of discomfort and the thought of a massive repair bill. It always feels like some kind of cosmic joke, right? Well, what if it's not bad luck? What if your home is fighting a secret war you don't even know about? I mean, it's the one question every homeowner asks, and no, you're not imagining it. Your system really does tend to fail right when it's under the most stress. But the reason it gets pushed to that breaking point, well, that goes way deeper than just a random part failing. That's right, the real enemy might not be the machine itself. The true culprit is often the environment your house is built in. We're talking about the air, the ground, the weather. They're all waging this silent, constant war on your home's most vital system. Okay, so to really get what's going on, we need to look at a specific battlefield. And for that, we're heading to Garfield Heights, a suburb of Cleveland, Ohio. Believe it or not, what's happening there is a perfect case study for understanding the strain your own system might be under, no matter where you live. See, the homes in Garfield Heights are up against this really specific combination of environmental attacks. And by digging into what they face, we can see exactly how these invisible forces can just, well, systematically tear apart the machines we count on to keep us comfortable. So, environmental attacker number one, that thick, heavy humidity rolling right off of Lake Erie. In the summer, you mix that with 85-degree heat, and your air conditioner is suddenly doing double duty. It's not just cooling the air anymore, it's working overtime, pulling gallons of water out of the air, which forces it to run almost nonstop. And then winter hits. In this part of Ohio, the ground doesn't just freeze solid. Nope, it goes through these brutal freeze-thaw cycles where the temperature swings all over the place. This actually causes the ground to shift and heave, putting this incredible physical stress on a home's foundation and, as you're about to see, on all the ductwork that's connected to your HVAC. And the ground itself is another part of the problem. The soil around Garfield Heights is super heavy with clay. And clay is amazing at one thing, holding on to moisture. So all that water just sits there, right up against the foundation and the outdoor AC unit, leading to constant dampness, rust, and corrosion on all those essential metal parts. Now, if all that wasn't enough, you've got man-made factors that make it even worse. A lot of these are post-war homes from the 50s and 70s, so the infrastructure's older. The ductwork is usually running through damp basements or crawl spaces, plus there's a high water table near the local creek, which means moisture is just a constant threat all year long. So, what's the end result of this relentless three-front war? It's this number, 12 years. See, in a nice, moderate climate, you might get 20 years out of your HVAC system. But in a place like Garfield Heights, its life expectancy can get slashed down to just 12. The constant strain literally wears the machines out almost twice as fast. A shorter lifespan isn't just some abstract idea. It's the outcome of very specific, very real failures. So let's connect the dots between those environmental attackers we just talked about and the actual parts that end up breaking. Let's start with the heat exchanger in your furnace. Those crazy temperature swings we mentioned, they cause the metal to expand and contract over and over and over. And eventually, that metal just gets tired, it fatigues, and it cracks. And this is where it gets truly dangerous, because a cracked heat exchanger can leak deadly carbon monoxide right into your home. Now let's jump back to summer. That Lake Erie humidity strikes again. Your AC is working so hard pulling moisture from the air that if the airflow gets even a little bit blocked, like, say, from a dirty filter, the coils inside can actually drop below freezing. Ice starts to build up, and before you know it, it's a solid block, literally choking the system to death. And hey, remember that shifting ground from the freeze-thaw cycles? It is literally pulling your house apart at the seams, and that includes the seams on your ductwork. So all that nice, cool air that's supposed to be going to your living room is just getting dumped into the crawl space. It's a huge waste of energy, and it's why you can never seem to get comfortable. And honestly, the list just keeps going. Blower motors that are forced to run constantly just burn out. All that moisture being pulled from the air causes algae to grow and clog up the drain lines, which can lead to flooding. And all the electrical parts, the capacitors, the contactors, they just give up under the relentless demand. Okay, I know it sounds pretty bleak. Your house is basically under constant attack. But here's the good news. Understanding the battle is the first step to winning it. So we're going to switch gears now from the problems to the solutions with a simple set of rules that any homeowner can use. would start with just one number, 5,000. This number is about to become your best friend next time you're looking at a huge repair bill. I want you to burn it into your brain because it's the key to making a smart financial choice instead of a panicked, emotional one. This is the $5,000 rule. It's a super simple formula to stop you from throwing good money after bad. Here's how it works. Say your system is 12 years old and you've got a $500 repair. You multiply 12 by 500, which gets you $6,000. Since that number is over $5,000, the rule says it's probably time to start thinking about a replacement. And this chart breaks that decision down a little bit more. You know, if your system is under 10 years old and this is the first big repair, yeah, fixing it probably makes sense. But if it's over 12, it's been breaking down again and again, and a new one could save you a ton on energy bills, well, replacement is just the smarter long-term play. And what about preventing damage? Here are two dead simple rules. First, the 2-foot rule. Just make sure there are at least 24 inches of clear space all around your outdoor unit. It needs to breathe. If it can't, it overheats. Second is the 3-minute rule. If you turn your AC off, wait at least 3 minutes before turning it back on. This protects the compressor, the heart of the system, by letting the internal pressures equalize. Simple stuff, big impact. So, we've just spent all this time dissecting the problems in Garfield Heights, Ohio. But why should that matter to you? Because even though the specifics might be different where you live, the big idea is universal. Every single home is on its own local battlefield. The source material really nailed it with this line. Your HVAC system fights environmental conditions every single day. This isn't a one-and-done thing. It is a constant daily struggle between your machine and the world right outside your door. So here's the most important takeaway. You have to become a student of your own local environment. Is your enemy the salty air from the coast? Is it the fine, gritty dust of the desert? Or the brutal, relentless heat of the South? Figuring out your local assailant is the absolute first step to protecting your home, your investment, and your comfort. And that leaves us with one final question to think about. Now that you know about this hidden war your HVAC system is fighting, what other secret battles are going on between your home and your environment right under your nose?